Okay, I'm up at Birdsland in Belgrave South. Just going for a walk. Well, I was hoping to go for a walk up into Birdsland down towards Listerfield. However, I've just noticed this sign. Now I can skirt around, I can get to Pond 1 and skirt around Pond 2 on the left side, which is a different track, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to get through or not. So, because I need to get past Pond 2 to get up into Birdsland. So we'll see how it goes. Well, that's always a good start to a walk. So I'm tracking out beside Monbolt Creek. That pond that they were talking about on the sign is a flood retarding basin. There's a couple of them out here. It's kind of fairly manicured, this part of the park. Like, it's obviously, they've built the flood retaining basins and they've kind of beautified the valley, put tracks in and seats and things like that. Once you leave that, you get up towards Birdsland into the hills, it's more just, well, less untouched. It's still been touched by man, but I'm not sure that I can get through today. We'll see how we go. Okay, that would have been a handy map to have there, because I'm here. If I can get over this creek, I can pick up a track on the other side though, so I just got to work out how I'm going to scrub bash across there. It's not so much a scrub bash, it's the creek's flowing fairly deep, but I'll get across somehow. Okay, got across Monbolt Creek there, and now I'm going to pick up this road, which looks like, according to that map, is open. So this is Pond 2. I was hoping to skirt through this little link track and pick up the track here, but well, such is life. A little bit of an adventure that I wasn't expecting on this walk. So this is pretty much the end of the manicured walking. I'm going to head up into Birdsland now. So a lot of this is old. Well, it's probably all old reclaimed farmland, which explains the pines, and I'm guessing they're old. It's an old orchard or something. I'm going to swing left up a valley up here. So for anyone playing along at home, this is Birdsland, the eastern, kind of southeastern suburbs of Melbourne. It's between Listerfield and Churchill National Parks and the Dandenong Ranges National Park. So what the go is, I'm climbing up now into the hills a bit, and then I swing around and meet kind of a fire break beside Wellington Road and follow that, and then loop back over those hills over there. That's the theory anyway. It's this kind of versions of this walk have been written up by quite a few authors guidebook authors over the years. I'm more or less using some Chapman notes today out of his Bush Day Walks Melbourne book, I think it is. So this is granite track I'm walking. This is pretty much the high point on granite track. I'm not sure if I go higher later on or not, but There's not any really big hills on this walk. It's been raining this morning, but it's pretty well cleared now. That's the Dandenong Ranges and Mount Dandenong over there. Okay, heading down to Wellington Road. That's just down there. So Wellington Road's the border between Birdsland and Listerfield. Yeah, so there's Melbourne in the distance. I'm dropping down here. Alright, progress has been made. This is Wellington Road down here. There's a servo on the corner down there if anyone wants a pie or a drink or something. I'm swinging left though along Wellington Road to make this into a circuit. Okay, so that's Listerfield Park on the other side. I'm just crossing Dargan Track. I'm heading up here to, I think it's Granite Track. And then I'll swing left away from the road. It's kind of a grassy fire break this. It's pretty easy walking. Just you got the traffic noise of fairly busy Wellington Road beside you. Okay, we've got a navigation conundrum. The map, the notes that I'm using are 20 years old. The track that I'm looking for used to go down there. That one's going kind of back too far. So, unless I see another kind of pad going off on my left, I'm going to walk up here a bit and do a bit of a loop around the top just to add a little bit of distance. If I go back down there, I'm probably only half hour from the end of from the lakes down in the retarding basin. So I'll go up here and I'll walk along another break beside the road, and then I'll kind of work my way back around some other four-wheel drive tracks. So I've swung left, kind of at the extremities of the park here. I'm heading up Abraham's track now. So this little variant along Abraham's track isn't too bad actually. Okay, so this says Granite Track, which is the one I was looking for down off Wellington Road. However, it wasn't there. This one on my map is called Lanes Track. So you definitely need to kind of have a map to get around here. The old map in the Chapman's book is obviously a little bit out of date. They've renamed some of these tracks, I think. So I've just consulted my digital map, which is a little bit more accurate. I'm actually going to not swing down Granite Track because it'll take me back, but it's a bit shorter. So I'm going to go along this one a bit further, along this kind of perimeter track, which is signpost Abraham's track on here, on the signpost here. I've been following Abraham's track up the boundary since I left Wellington Road, although it's not where Abraham's track is in the guidebook map, but such is life. It's all pretty cruisy around here. There's lots of tracks. It's not a huge park. You're not going to get totally lost here. All right, swinging down Abraham's track. Lanes Track there is actually the one that's meant to be here on my map, I think. It's a little bit confusing, that's for sure. I might have another look at the map, I think. Okay, so I've had a look at the map. So yeah, this is the right track, or the one that I'm looking for. It's named Lanes Track in the old book, but on the signpost it's Abraham's track, and on my digital map it's Abraham's track. In theory, I should head down here for a while and then pick up Sunset Track. And Sunset Track's the one that I'll follow back down to the ponds. It's been strange. There's normally quite a few roos around here. I haven't seen one yet. Okay, I've met a track junction that actually maps up on, well, kind of, Sunset Track's where it's meant to be, which is down there. Abraham's Track's a little bit out on my old map. Anyway, all good. I think there's some open areas down here, and I think if I'm going to see roos, this might be the spot. We shall see. Oh, it's a grey old day. I think the roos must be hiding in the trees. It's not a super cold day. There's not a lot of wind around. It's probably 10, 12 degrees. Had a bit of rain this morning, but I haven't got any on the walk so far. So yeah, I'm following Sunset Track now down to the second pond, or its flood retarding basin. So there you go, there's my roos. So yeah, definitely looks like this open grass on Sunset Track is the place to see roos. So the bottom bit of Sunset Track is the steepest bit of the walk. It's fairly grippy. There's a little bit of loose gravel around, but it's not too bad. But yeah, it is definitely going to give your knees and your quads a bit of a workout. Okay, back on my outward track now. So I pretty much retrace the steps from here. I won't do that log crossing of Monbolt Creek. I'll just walk up the access kind of four-wheel drive track back to the car park at Birdsland. This is the kind of more manicured part of the park that I'm entering now. Okay, so I'm just tracking back along the other side of Monbolt Creek now. This is like an access road. This is obviously where they're getting the trucks in to do those works around the ponds down there. There's the creek just there. It's not very far away. So yeah, I think it's probably about time to spin the camera around and sign off. Okay, just getting back to the car park. That walk came around about 10 k's and 250 metres climbing. It's a nice easy walk. It was written up, like I said, the notes I had were, and the map I had out of the Chapman's Day Walks Melbourne book, I think it is. The track names, well, one of the tracks wasn't even there anymore, but the track names themselves have obviously been changed over the years. Still easy enough to follow, but you've got to have a map and kind of work out kind of which track's heading in the right direction. There's tracks everywhere though. I used all trails just to navigate off all trails. This walk isn't on all trails that I can see, and I didn't bother creating a map before I left, so I was just working off their basic mapping, which worked well enough. It was more accurate than my old paper maps. I'm gonna head home now, I reckon. Grab a coffee maybe on the way home and have a shower. All right, I'll catch you on the next one.